Piece. Bar and stuff, it's post-workout. I'm eating a little piece of, a big apple, actually. I got plugged with it. I'm gonna chew this up. But it's post-workout vibes, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a frequency on this earth that's getting removed, and it doesn't want to get removed and shit, you know what I mean? People always say, yeah, get over it, whatever. Well, any other nationality other than the Nagas or niggas, whatever they want to call it, they bang niggas music, every nationality do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta travel the world if you're a nigga, you'll see. Like, damn. And so you'll be like, okay, well, damn, y'all hate us that much and talk shit about us that much and troll us that much. How come I hear all my goddamn music being played? You don't even know if I'm the producer of that beat. That you banging in the car looking at me all crazy and shit. You see? So you've been in the public's eye. You're like famous to the world, my Naga. You know what I'm saying? Naga and my Naga. You're famous to the world. So it's like no matter where you go outside of America, they'll see you. They'll be like, damn, the hate, whatever, it'll get triggered. You know what I mean? So with things being triggered, hold up real quick. I gotta make sure this thing ain't doing something. I got spirits around me and shit because they're making it cloudy now by 10:30, 11 o'clock. We don't get the 12 to 3 pure sunshine over your head no more. You know what I mean? I done caught the whole little chemtrailing on camera. I got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they doing out in the Pacific now. Why is it important to do that there? They didn't need chemtrails the Hawaiians they needed before. You know what I'm saying? So what they need it for now? Okay, it's deep. So anyways, anybody in the Pacific really. So with every nationality in the world, you can see that. And I'm just saying, like the Caucasians, man, they travel the whole world, man. We're not calling it Europeans, we're calling it Caucasian, okay? We're not dealing with the indigenous Europeans, which is, swarthy skinned niggas, which means dark skinned niggas, you know what I mean? So once it was found out that, okay, they can trap people by just certain things that keep them addicted, producing dopamine chemical in their body, and just kind of straggling them along, they was like, yo, we got something we can work with here. And a personality disorder, if you got that, you can gaslight that on somebody else and they can damn near catch a few traits. It's like vampirism almost. You become one of them motherfuckers. And so once they figure out that their presence does that, then they like, yo, we with it. So the same thing that goes with that, there's a presence that's also countering that, and this is a righteous presence. The Most High done warned you through the Bible numerous times. Even though they have took the Bible and they, rearranged it and took certain things and just mixed it around so you can be confused and you won't put it together. So your whole life will be putting the truth back together. And it's like you thinking knowing new things, and it's not. It's just lies that they put out there for you. So once they realize they can get to different parts of the world and master people by certain things that produce dopamine in them, they're like, oh, I got it. So in order to do that, they had to go to the bigger parts. And when they went to the bigger mainlands like Amaru, there's different type of natives. There's over 500 nations, not just tribes, but nations, different types of individuals in all the Americas too. You know what I'm saying? But in the North America, there's a nice amount. And the cities was already built up because no Caucasian built it up with, horse and carriage, as they will allow you to believe. This is why when you hear them say, oh, leave it alone, leave it alone. When we talk about our ancestors being murdered, and all that different stuff, and, being in the cotton fields, well, all that came from, the cotton fields. That was already the land of niggas that was in Mississippi already, and Alabama, all of that stuff. It was already there. So they was already making clothes, or I'm going to say it like that, but I'm speaking from a different perspective, a third person perspective. They was already making clothes already, living in that big ass house, which they call, on that land called the plantation, and that was something great to call it, you know what I mean? But it became a derogatory word. So after getting, forced to pick cotton and go through all the little seeds, Nagas don't even want to do that no more. But that was a part of our picking up for our fabric. Our fabric was very high vibrational. I know when the Caucasians seen that shit, they're like, damn, how these niggas know all of this shit? Because it's something, it's otherworldly things going on in this place. And so when they utilize the northern native, which is the one that we see now more so, whereas that we see as like, this is the native of America, and they'll show a certain picture. Y'all know what that is. It's like a Siberian looking mug, and we're not mad at them because they smart too. They caught on. They were taught from us, so they learned. So at the same time, you know, they use them as the facer, as a poster child, the face person, you know what I'm saying, for their whole little scheme. But if we research it, we'll see that, oh shit, it gets darker and it gets deeper, and it's like, oh, this is what we is really, you know, this is who we really were, you know. And so but however, we gave them land and everything. So when they came to them, like the Caucasians came to them, it was like, yo, hey, we gonna sign these treaties, we give you this and this and this, and that give us this leeway to go ramshack anything and cause war on the land and shit, drop bombs, you know. And so that's what they seem to do. So as you see later on, like in the 90s and shit, I'm gonna fast forward all the way, like, man, I was up in Minnesota, man. There's a lot of natives getting money like $25,000 every 2-3 months, man. Like, damn, these niggas was rolling. I'm talking about superbly rolling with fucking Escalades, big ass rims. I mean, just get, you know, niggas ain't getting no money like that. You know what I'm saying? We was too busy fighting all the wars and shit. Like, y'all can't take the land. You know what I mean? We walking trails of tears, which they try to make them seem like they're the poster child for that. And it wasn't, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they still get paid and lay on their plantations. But, you know, the Naga, he really doesn't do that, really. If we have plantations or whatever, or our little, what they call them? Not plantations, but I want to say recreations, but whatever land that they give, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't reservations, yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, we wasn't given that. We would probably made it into another Eden, and our angels would have came down, because we just too connected. You know, they see us always creating music. That's why there's a lot of envy about a nigga. When you travel in the world and somebody call you a nigga from somewhere else, it's like, damn, what would you call me a nigga for? It's like, damn, we didn't even come up or try to derogatorily call you a name like monkey and things of that nature, because they think that you came from Africa, but then realize that those niggas are all through Americas, all three of them, and that don't no African be called niggas out there. You never hear an African movie that they call niggas. You know what I'm saying? But in America, you hear that black man in America be called a nigga. You know, that means they was calling each other niggas anyways. Nah, cause niggas kings, negus negas, you know, which is kings. They call each other kings. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Even if it's bad or good, what they got going on from these monks. They just still, man, nigga, man, this nigga ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It's still saying, man, king ain't shit, y'all. It's the same difference. You know what I mean? We're still keeping the respect to the, you know, this is what we thought we could. So anyhow, though, the dopamine effect, you know, so what I'm looking at, like, the natives in Minnesota, they get the $25,000 checks. I'm like, damn, you know. And so basically, you see them, they see what addicted to them it was drinking and just household products. They ain't have to do much for them. They was like, damn, nigga, we ain't even gotta put no kind of other kind of fix on it. So I was like, damn. So they had them cool, they had them set up. They know, okay, with Nagas, they not gonna accept no motherfucking shit like that. They might drink, but they'll still be functional in this bitch. You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, whereas everybody else, they probably just fall off the bandwagon because they're a little bit, you know, they're a little younger, you know, in the spirit world type of thing. So they're like, nah, we can't get niggas with that. We got to go ahead and use something natural and then kind of cut it real quick. So that's how you got the dope and all that, because something that create dopamine or whatever type of chemical in your body instead of serotonin, you know. And so they got niggas on that type of kick. And when you deal with the Hawaiians, these are the main major points of the three Americas and the Pacific Islands, because all that's considered Indian territory and shit. And anything west of that is like the other world and shit, you know what I mean, basically. So, and they know it too. That's why we're really east, but we keep looking at the map as Africa as being the fucking center and America being the west, and it's like being called Western society, but really it is Western society and shit. But we got to look at it the real way, you know what I mean? So from anything that's west of Hawaii. So with the Hawaiians, they kind of came in and they did the you know, they gave the, you know, it was still kind of like household products, but they kind of twerked it together and made it like a drug, a natural thing in a way. Made it seem like it was natural. And so when they're doing it, you know, that opens up portals for different spirits. And, you know, when you're dealing with spirits, some people are spiritualists, some people are just physicalists, like, you know, just like corporealists, just like material shit regularly, you know what I mean? And then some people are just faithists and they just don't want to, you know, deal with all the extra stuff. You know, it's going to go straight to the creator. And so the ones who were spiritualists got caught up in the whole little sensation of the dopamine aspect, you know, and they weren't really perfecting their serotonin and cultivating their happiness like they were supposed to, you know. So they know that got us, because we got off and we were accepting people in the lands, and the Hawaiians just like us, accepting everybody in the lands. And, you know, of course they overthrown us and shit, you know what I mean? Because that's how it worked. You know, a Naga made the machine gun up, shit. You know what I'm saying? He got the patent for a nigga, man. A nigga. That people, y'all, whoever listening, you know, the Cabbage Patch Kids call them niggas. We already know the Cabbage Patch Kids, if you orphans, man, you probably was grown in a laboratory in the eggs and came out of the egg when it was about like shit, 3 months, and then incubated it all the way up to 9 months and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she produced the egg out of her body and it was in the egg form. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, it's not even probably in a regular womb that they use from different species that they get and clone. You know what I mean? It's all kind of things going on. Once they get and infiltrate a world, then everything that they do is a disease to that world. Even the species that they use to conduct their dirty deeds is a disease. They're walking, they're talking, their breath, their thinking is even more of a disease to the plane. You know, so it has to be some kind of spell work that goes on to keep the whole world down. And you only can do this when you're a little early in the game. You know what I'm saying? When you're a little early in the spiritual development, in which we kind of were in a way. We weren't like as hella advanced as we would be as if we didn't have that infiltration going on. Because you know, those are like dealing with second resurrections, you know, they can travel and infiltrate certain domes or certain worlds, you know, or certain firmaments. Because the Most High, I've already tell you that, yo, every world has its own firmament. And then it's an atmosphere, you know? And so it's like, you have to be able to get into those firmaments. And it's hard for certain species to get into certain firmaments, you know? And so when they can get ones, it's like, oh, they're not spiritually developed all the way, that their atmosphere is actually a defense mechanism for any other species to come in. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, they got their whole barrier system up there. The only thing they let in is the Ethereans, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know. But when you're dealing with it early in development, before the so-called 48,000 years or whatever of development, it's like, you know, they're not as strong as they think they are. You know, so they'll get infiltrated, and then, you know, by certain other angels who infiltrate and impress their will onto the beings that's already, or the man that's already on the earth, on that planet, you know what I'm saying, that grew. We'll say that Earth is like they would say in Copernicus models, hey, we found another Earth-like planet, you know what I'm saying? The Earth is just the substance of what the planet is, you know what I mean? Or name the planet, the plane is, you know, it floats within the center of a vortex, you know, a vortexian current, it floats within it. So it's a plane that goes and stretches out, that's separated through different levels of water and densities, you know? So until it gets to the higher arc of it, and then it goes outside of it. You know, but they know Nagas knew about these things, you know, they had help. But, you know, they start going against each other because, you know, they going against the creator, basically, by just they getting, you know, puffed up in their own knowledge and wisdom. And with that, you know, the Most High allow you freedom to do that and liberty to do that. In the land of the free, that's what America really is. The land of the free, home of the brave, you had to go do some things. And when they came over there, they said we had libraries and trains and planes and blimps and, you know, just subways, you know, like that right there alone, subways, that should let you know everything they said to you is a lie. So they had a curriculum in school, so you got to tap in. The only way you can really tap in is you got to start fasting and detoxing, so you can start killing them parasites that's in you and stop feeding them. That's what they're relying on. So, you know, man, like I said, with the Naga, it was a little bit more intricate, you know, but with when you're dealing with the Caucasian, man, you're like, damn, well, what's their catch? Because they can drink, they can do dope, and they can pull back and don't even be having to be dope heads like that. Only a few of them. They can do heroin, but pull back and be cool. Only a few of them do. But what's their drug? Well, their drug is niggas. Yeah, niggas, man. That's their drug. Anytime they see a nigga, oh, that dopamine hits, boy. It's like, oh, everything goes down. You know what I mean? It's so narcissistic, it's ridiculous, G. You like give them a surge of just idolize. They just idolize you right away. I don't give a fuck who it is. It don't make nothing, don't mean nothing. And then your ass come around, especially let you be a little bit vibrating on the right frequency for yourself and just being you righteous, not on a frequency like you're trying to please man type frequency, but it's on the like you're doing it all, you're doing things for yourself, but you happen to also be pleasing man in the way of just doing this shit. You're like, God damn, I ain't trying to please your ass, or, you know, make it be like, oh, to me, but, you know, it's happening. Yeah, man, that's the dopamine. You the dopamine for them motherfuckers, man. So anytime you're around them, you flood them. So now you gotta pull yourself away from them. You the drug. You became the drug of choice now. And you being the drug of choice, whoo, you gotta learn how to use your power. Your power is the truth, energy, force, and magnetism. So yeah, celibacy, semen retention. That's what we got going on in this season. And I ain't gonna hold you up, and I'm gonna just talk to you in the next one. With that being said, yeah, that just sums it all up. You're their dopamine. They gotta look at you every day to get that charge. I hate this nigga. I love this motherfucker. And I hate this motherfucker. Mommy, you won't let me suck his balls to the back. Won't let me be his friend, mommy.